Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Michalowski from ForexLive.com. This is a morning technical report where I take a look at some of the technicals that are driving some of the major currency pairs. Let's get started. We'll start with the euro versus US dollar. Taking a look at the daily chart here, what I notice going back in time is this swing area. This swing area encompasses different lows through here, different highs through here, and then we didn't return to that level until this year, where we once again came up to this area, found some sellers, and then moved above it. Had 2 days where the market moved above that level and then rotated back to the downside, reestablishing this swing area as resistance right through here. And then in the last few weeks, the market came back up to the level, fell off, came back up to the level, fell off. And then the last 2 days have moved above it. We closed above this swing area yesterday. Swing area comes between 109.25 and 109.438. And as you can see in trading here today, we have a lower high than yesterday. And we came back into that swing area trying to hold support against it. If we're able to hold support against the 109.25 to 43.88 level, the buyers remain in firm control and can look toward the high price that occurred back here in February at 110.317. There's still a lot of room to get up to that level, but that would be the next obvious target on the top side from a technical perspective. If the price moves back below this swing area, we could see a rotation back to the downside as traders become disappointed on the fail break above that swing area, that key swing area. Just for giggles, let's take a look at the hourly. Actually, we're going to take a look at the 4-hour chart and see what the price action is doing. You can see that the highs through here, this is where things were defined up to the 438, moved above that level and started to rotate that back to the downside. And we'll take a look at the hourly chart. And if we do move below this area right through here, this is why I want to look at the hourly chart. The 100-hour moving average comes in at 1.0896, somewhere around the 109 level, the natural support level. The price did move below the 100-hour moving average right through here. That was on Friday's, actually Monday's trade, at Friday and Monday, I guess, and rotated down to this swing area down here, this swing high right here, below this level, and then rotated back to the upside. We've had 1, 2, and we are trying to work on the third day to the upside here for the euro versus US dollar. We'll see if we can muster support against the swing area and push the price up above the high price that we saw yesterday at 109.728. Let's take a look at the dollar versus yen next. And if we look at the hourly chart to start things off here, what we've seen is the price move down 1, 2, and working on the third day in a row to the downside here for that currency pair from the high that we saw on Monday's trade. That high came up to a key level here, defined by the 50% retracement at 133.769, and also the 100-day moving average. That's this step line coming down through here. The price has not been above that level since this day right here. We're going back to March 10th. So getting to that level, we found willing sellers against 50%, and the 100-day moving average pushed the price to the downside, and then we waffled above and below the 100-hour moving average yesterday until we saw the data come out. We saw the factory orders and what was the other piece of data? The ISM data, I guess, come out much weaker than expectations, and the yields went lower. We saw the price of the dollar yen move down to this swing area through here. This swing area, again, defined by a number of different swing lows and swing highs all through here. You can outline them yourself, but and just see them yourself. We came down to that area and waffled into the close in the early Asian session. We traded above and below the swing area, but stay below the 200-hour moving average. That's a green line in this chart. That was key to the bearish bias here. And what we've seen in the last hour or so is a move back to the downside, currently trading away from that swing area. And we look toward this area right now, down between 130.34 and 130.60. Where we again have a number of different swing lows before reaching the extreme that we saw here back in on March 27th or thereabouts. So 130.34, 130.60 is the next target on the downside after finding resistance against this swing area, moving further in the downward direction. Let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar next, and again we'll take a look at the hourly chart here and outline the move above the topside trend line in trading here yesterday, but it had some difficulty. We did make a new high, extending above this high right here, and perhaps that was the straw that broke the camel's back, where buyers started to turn a little bit more into sellers. Now it did come back down toward this swing area between 124.22 and 124.47. You can see that earlier this week we did find resistance against the lows of that area and then broke above it. If I go to the daily chart, you can see the importance of this area. It's the same area from a longer term perspective. And if you go all the way back in time, even to days way back here, this is again months ago, where the price found support against this area. We broke below it and then moved back above it and then broke below it and didn't return to it until back here in the month of December, where the market came back into that swing area and found willing sellers pushing the price to the downside. Did the same thing in January, came up to that swing area and pushed the price to the downside. And again, here in the end of March, came up to that level and now breaking above it in early April. And so this area between 124.22 and 124.43 is going to be a key short-term support level for this sterling versus US dollar. If we're able to stay above that level, we can look toward this swing area up here, going back to these swing highs right through here, which put a ceiling on the pair before rotating to the downside here. So this area between 125.98 and 126.65 will be the next key target on the top side if the price can stay above this swing area here. Here we're sort of in nowhere's land, highest level going back to June of 2022 for the sterling versus US dollar. Buyers are making a play. We'll see if they can keep that play going in the upward direction. My name is Greg Michaelowski. Good fortune with your trading here today. Bye-bye now.